We're back with Alan Doane, one of Hawaii's top-ranking corporate executives of Alexander and Baldwin, Inc.
Even though your company does a lot, you're still doing a lot personally. What are the community organizations that you're involved with?
Some things I can talk about and some I can't. But I do have a very deep interest in the community. Been involved in recent years with the Heart Association, and it was interesting, but we did do the fundraising for that. I guess it was the year before last, and we had a child 1 week before the Heart Ball, and we went through the whole process and actually did all the activity, and of course it wasn't much work for me to have the child. The baby came, and then a week later we had the big event. But we involved with that. Have been involved with the Bishop Museum for many years. Recently left that board. The Boy Scouts have been a big interest, and a number of other organizations. Public School Foundation of Hawaii, but I have to put my high school, and it's a place called Frankfurt. And everybody else is like Castle and Honolulu, or someplace. I could explain to them where this is. It's not in Hawaii, but I am a public high school graduate. But those are the kinds of organizations but what's even better is that you'll find in many of the not-for-profit organizations that our people are involved. They're involved as volunteers. Sometimes they're involved in leadership roles, but we have a very, very significant involvement because we don't have anywhere to go. Hawaii is our home. It's where we live. We're not a regional office of someplace else. This is it for us.
What's the result that you see, being that you are a company that values your employees getting involved? You're encouraging them, and you're giving a lot of opportunity for them to be exposed and to get hands-on.
It's funny, but they develop their own opportunities, for sure. We can encourage it, and we can support it, but most people have an innate sense of what resonates for them, whether it's issues with early children that have disabilities, whether it's homeless issues, whether it's employment issues, housing issues, whatever the issue is. People have their own rhythm that they move to in terms of what really interests them. So what it turns out, what's interesting is that when we have people who are really passionate about an organization or a cause, somehow that passion normally gets translated into our company supporting that organization more financially than we otherwise would. And it's our view that if our people feel passionate about it, that there must be something good, and it's right for us to support it. So generally we sort of the passion and the interests of our people often lead us to making financial contributions to organizations as well.
How many hours are you working per week, would you say?
I'm not counting.
It's quite a bit, right?
It's a few, yeah.
You have your CEO duties, and then your company does a lot in the community, but then you do a lot yourself. Why are you spending time to still get involved in the community if your company already does it and you have your other responsibilities?
Because I like it. I mean, it's that simple. There's a satisfaction that you get, and it's funny, but in one sense, I have the concerns that many people have on issues like global warming and something as huge and as difficult as that. But what you get to at a certain stage in life is that you have those interests, but sort of like trying to help a couple people at a time. And sort of being involved with situations where you do that creates a lot of positive that comes to your life when you're helping others individually. And that's the part that I don't talk about publicly.
What would you say to people out there that are convinced that their life is too busy to be doing community efforts and getting involved and so on?
I think that's an individual choice that everybody makes, but I think that certainly that we all benefit from a community that's healthier. And there's no doubt about that. So I guess you can look at it as sort of something in your own self-interest to do. But I think you do it for the right reasons. I think if you've got to convince somebody who really doesn't want to get involved with the community that they should, I'm not so sure that's going to be that big of a help to the community or the individual. There's certain stages of your life you go through where you really don't have the time to do certain things that you'd like to do, and then there are other periods of time where you've got the ability to do it, and only you can decide how much effort you can put into it at any one time. But I think that there's a lot of evidence there that people who put a lot of effort into helping others have a tendency to help themselves as much or more.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio, Hawaii.